Welcome, everyone, to a really special deep dive today.
Mm.
We're going to be unpacking some truly heartfelt tributes shared by colleagues and friends. They're all about one extraordinary individual, Mr. Siharan Day. Many knew him affectionately as Day or Desab. And our mission, really, is to try and understand the huge impact and the unique legacy he left at the Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO.
Indeed. And these, they aren't just nice stories. They're actually powerful windows into a life that was dedicated both to incredible technical skill and, just as importantly, genuine human connection. What's really fascinating, I think, is how his sort of professional brilliance just seamlessly meshed with his character, his compassion, made him quite unique.
Okay, yeah, let's start there then. Let's dig into his professional world first. He had this title, component expert at ISRO, which was apparently unique. No one else had that designation. What made him so, indispensable?
Right. Well, he wasn't just an expert. He was, by all accounts, the authority, the undisputed authority. Sources paint this picture, his table just overflowing with maybe 300 catalogs.
Wow.
And he had this, uncanny ability to recall mil standards, those really tough military specs for reliability. He knew them by the page number.
By the page number. That's incredible.
And he basically single-handedly managed the critical component engineering for, the entire space program. He streamlined how they bought things, set up vital labs in-house, which, it really makes you wonder, how did one person get that kind of recognition, even globally? Like getting mail from Analab in the USA addressed simply Siharan Day, Bangalore.
That level of detail, especially back then without, everything being digitized, it's hard to fathom. But it wasn't just about mastering the present, was it? He was also looking ahead, way ahead.
Exactly. That's a key point.
He identified and projected the need for really expensive advanced equipment, things like neutron radiography.
Which is vital for looking deep inside materials at the atomic level.
Right. And apparently he even joked about it, telling senior leadership it was for your cutting, sir, when they questioned the cost.
Yeah. Shows he knew what they'd need, even if they didn't quite see it yet.
Absolutely. That's why they called him the technical driver and kingmaker for components at ISRO. A one-man powerhouse, essentially.
Completely. And strategically, that insight was crucial. He must have realized, that all this knowledge, this unique expertise, it couldn't just stay with him. So a huge part of his contribution, maybe the biggest strategically, was actively mentoring people, identifying key individuals, building that team to carry his work forward.
Ah, I see. So ensuring continuity.
Precisely. Empowering others, laying that foundation for the next generation of experts. That was foresight too.
Okay, so beyond the technical genius and the strategic thinking, there's this whole other side, his humanity.
Right.
People consistently described him using words like ever-smiling, kind-hearted, very helpful, very simple. Someone even called him an ajata chatru, basically, a person with no enemies at all.
That kind of universal warmth, it's pretty rare, isn't it? Especially in high-pressure environments. So the question is, how did he do that? How did he build those deep relationships?
Yeah.
Well, it seems he taught by example, living his values, not just talking about them. He apparently had immense trust in his people, signing leave forms, overtime slips, without even double-checking them.
That speaks volumes, doesn't it, about respect?
It really does. And it fostered this environment of, empowerment. He actively pushed people to pursue higher studies, encouraged them to take on challenges, like commissioning a really complex scanning electron microscope, another one of those high-tech tools for detailed material analysis.
Okay.
His guiding philosophy, though he maybe never said it out loud, was described as survey, which basically means universal welfare, thinking about everyone.
So it wasn't just technical guidance, it was this deep human trust that led to real empowerment for people.
Exactly. And the impact on individuals was sometimes life-changing.
Yeah, I read that one colleague mentioned how Mr. D actually stepped in and persuaded him not to resign from ISRO.
Completely changed his career path.
Wow. Another person described how D sort of transformed him, turned him from somebody called a peculiar character into someone who genuinely cared for and helped others.
Just through his quiet example.
Yeah, just by being himself. It seems he was genuinely invested in everyone's well-being, their growth. Didn't matter if you were junior staff or senior management.
That's right. From the lowest cadre to the highest.
So when we pull this all together, what's the takeaway? Mr. D's legacy, it's clearly not just about technical components or space missions.
No, not at all.
It feels like it's more about the lasting power of connection, of quiet mentorship, and just a fundamental belief in people's potential.
I think so. And if you look at the bigger picture, his story is just a powerful reminder, isn't it? That real leadership, true leadership, it blends that top-tier expertise with this unwavering commitment to helping others succeed, lifting them up. His colleagues basically say, he's not dead, he's living in his words and his impact. And it makes you think, doesn't it? Are we really appreciating, really celebrating the people who shape our lives while they're still here?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe just as important, are we using whatever knowledge we have to lift up the people around us?
That's a really powerful thought. And it leads to a final, maybe provocative thought for you, our listeners, to ponder. One speaker quoted Shakespeare saying, "Not all the waters of the rough, rude sea can wash the balm from." So thinking about Mr. Disease's indelible impact, what lasting mark, what balm are you leaving on the lives around you through both your skills and your humanity?
Now, this is going to be Chandrasekhar's tributes.
Good morning to all. First, I should compliment the core team. Mr. Devdas, our K.R. Ramesh. We used to call him Nama Ramesh because there were many Rameshes. G. Ramesh, K.R. Ramesh, and many more. And Devdas, Madhusudan Rao Garu, and Akram Khan. So many of them. Maybe I would have left some names. Taking a very active role and designed a most appropriate tribute session. And I had the fortune of working with Mr. Day for 17 years. Since the day I joined ISAC, that is 16th of May 1974, till I was relieved at my own request on 20th of February 1991. He was my only partner, boss, guru, everything. We had such a wonderful time, and it was more like a teamwork. The group was consisting of 3 wings: Parts, Materials, Process. Parts was headed by me, Materials Dr. Sahuji, and the Process our Nanjudasamy. And Dave was our guru, heading all of us and guiding us. And we had a importance of teamwork. As far as the day is concerned, he definitely is a good taskmaster, but he lessons in his own way without putting pressure on anyone. So that actually, I think a year back, ISAC RNQA, they organized a meet on the silver jubilee of RNQA. So Sandhya had made a statement, how come that you and Day, like Ram and Lakshman, you have worked so well? Then I replied to her, it's all because of Day's leadership, and we were assisted by Bharadar and Shatrukhan, Devadas and Madhusudan Rao. We had such a wonderful team, and it extended beyond the official things also. After lunch, we had a post-lunch walk, going up to the main road for a fruit session, katlaika, pineapple, everything possible. Nothing remembers all that. Even Sahu used to come, so I can never forget the wonderful days. They organized a birthday for his son or daughter, I don't remember, Indira Nagar. So we had such a wonderful evening with a dinner, everything. Then later on I used to ask him, please send me that photograph, very, very old. His wife was kind enough. She found out the photos where all my children were very, very small, and they were kind enough to send. So it's really an excellent time we had with us. Ramesh might have mentioned that between life and death, there's a very small gap called existence, where we come across so many people, form so many relationships, and some people enter our lives, some people exit. It's all part of the game, but then we carry all the good memories. So it all depends on how we connect with people so that we make the world a better place to live, and we continue to live as good companions. So thanks for excellent time to given to me. I am Cultural Association of the day. I can only wish that his soul rest in peace, and wish all his family members excellent time, because we have to continue the journey. Having started the journey, there is no way of stopping, because I have experienced this personally. I have been running this life for last 74 years. So I lost my wife about nearly 25 years back. But then we have to run for the life. I can wish all of them a good luck in their career as well as professional life. Thank you all. Do share your great memories of the day. Thank you again. Good luck.
Thank you, Chandra sir. I now request Dr. R.P. Sahu to please come forward and pay the tributes.
Can you hear me all? Yeah, okay, very good. I think if I have to say only one sentence for Devabu, because I used to call him Devabu, that is our standard thing in Odisha and Bengal, he is a good human being. He is a good human being. So after that, I would like to not take much of your time and probably say a few things probably not known or humorous in nature. I put in my ISAC friends also in that. Siharan Day is the only person probably in whole of ISRO whose appointment letter says that he is appointed as component expert. I have not seen the letter. I think it is true because they have never contradicted it. Okay? And Bhagdi might have seen that letter, I don't know. And so his fame becomes so much that once a letter came from envelope, came from USA, because he used to get a lot of correspondence from the suppliers and literature and things like that. The only thing written was Siharan Day, Bangalore. That's it, nothing else. No organization, no nothing. And it reached him. He was a very jolly fellow. He was talking with everyone, put everyone at ease talking to him. There was absolutely no sort of hesitation in talking to him freely. But one thing I will tell about this, you see, many times you would say, no, I'm not blaming anyone, What it means is there is some little goof up somewhere. But he will not blame anyone. He always try to help his colleagues and juniors. So, lot of other memories, and I think I am very happy that I had an opportunity with working with him. So I will not take much more time and give it to the next. Hello, Devdas.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Sahu. I think next I will call upon Raghavan sir to come and say his tributes, as well as we have received a tribute from LHS, our Satyamurthy sir. I think he is going to read out that after his tributes.
Thank you, Ramesh and the core team. Yesterday somebody sent a WhatsApp message. Inhale blessings and exhale guilt. That's precisely what I thought we should be doing too. Blessed that we were in the company of Day. Blessed that we were all lucky to have been, able to work in ISRO. Lucky that people like Ram Gopal, I would say Day was Pitamaha of components, as Bhishma Charya to all of us. There was never a dull moment when he was around. I was probably third or fourth person. I was in HAL when I walked in. First I was introduced to him, to Ram Gopal, then Day. I was surprised. It was the only table which had some 300 catalogs even those days. That was his capability. In fact, once I went to Trivandrum for one major review. Of course, I don't want to name him. Subsequently, he became director of ISAC. He said, Raghavan, do you know how we wrote our preferred parts list? It was cut and paste of what they did for launch. That was, he was component expert not only in ISAC, known throughout the ISRO, and what a wonderful person. I had the privilege of being his friend until his last breath, I would say. Even 2 days before his demise, I was trying to frantically get on to him, me, Nanjan Swami, so Dr. Sahu, we were just trying to prove why he is so silent. And, that time I sent a message. Just 2 days prior to his departure, probably his daughter sent me a message. I am fine, I will meet you after 2 days. That was almost till the last breath, I had the fortune of being with him. Of course, no adjectives need to define Day. He knows, everybody knows what he was. He is finest gentleman, competent expert, beyond compare, always willing to help others. And his subtle humor is fantastic. In any meeting he can diffuse. He and Satyamurthy, if they were around, we never felt things were, we never had any stress. We worked both as a friendly neighborhood QA man, as well as smiling yet be a villain. That kind of, and Suri is there. We're almost in touch every week. So I would thank Ramesh and Go once again for giving us an opportunity. And all we can do is stand by his legacy. There are a lot of things we can learn in life, not necessarily from your own folks around, but very good friends. That's a real blessing in life. There's one famous Shakespearean quote: not all the waters of the rough road sea can wash the palm from another. That is the kind of bondage we have today. All I can do is pray the Almighty to bless the family and all of us. He is sure to bless with a brighter world, and may things be rosy, healthy, and fruitful for you in the future. Thank you once again.
Satyamurthy sent me a message saying, Ramesh, it will be nice.
Satyamurthy, in fact, he forwarded this. I remember during our in the proud audience group. The same message is forwarded. A wonderful message. Siharan and I were colleagues and friends at the Components Integration Laboratory, CIL, before joining the Indian Space Science Program. Our daily routine after lunch at CIL always included a walk with him lighting his Charminar cigarette. Dave was also responsible for my joining ISRO, which he reflected in his memoirs during the Aryabhatta Golden Jubilee function. At the Indian Space Science Program and ISSP, our morning meetings with Ram Gopal used to begin with the aroma coming from his pipe smoke. Dave and I had their Charminar cigarettes, and Raghavan, being a non-smoker, ended up inhaling the combined aroma of all our smokes. Dave prepared the preferred pot list for Aryabhatta and continued the practice thereafter. In that process, he also preferred a preferred persons list, and we are all happy to be part of it. Dave was not a only person of a great patience. He was also passionate about high reliability components for satellites. He streamlined the procurement process, set up in-house components training, testing, failure analysis lab. On the lighter side, Dave was very humorous, a connoisseur of good food, and had deep philosophical outlook. He was a great friend, Ajata Shatru who had no enemies, all loved him. The Sapta Rishis of QA, as jocularly summed up by Dr. Rangan during Ram Gopal's send-off, stood like this. Ram Gopal, with his fine beard, cool temperament, resembled sage Vasishta. Then Siharan Day, Raghavan, Satyamurthy, Purohit, Nanjan Swami, what a tribute. May Dave's soul rest in peace. Om Shanti. Thank you.
I now request our Nanjunda Swami sir to deliver the tablets.
Good morning. So at the outset, I would like to thank organizers, particularly Ramesh, Devadasan, G. Ramesh, and Madhusudan Rao for having arranged this Ramanjaneyya. Okay, for organizing this wonderful tribute session. So I thank you again. As my earlier speakers told, no words will be enough to describe the traits of Siharan Day. Ever smiling, kind-hearted, very helpful, and very simple person. Actually, my association with Day almost dates back to 1973. He joined, I think, in 1972. Less than a year afterwards, I joined in 73. But actually, I started my stint career in the Systems Engineering Group. In those days, it was called System Engineering Group. Subsequently, it was called TPG. And I was frantically trying to get into QA because it was the most lively team. So Dave was chiefly responsible for my entry to this group. I owe a lot to him. So I started my career in QA sometime in late 1980, and he was a wonderful, as Babu told, no time, not even a single occasion I can remember Dave getting angry and reacting. Never. He was such a smiling person, and as a boss, he used to give full freedom to his subordinate. At the same time, he used to provide the guidance, and he used to allow the people to accomplish their tasks wonderfully. Such a great soul. And anyway, he was the only component expert in the entire ISRO. So he not only had good friends from our center, all across ISRO. Whenever people used to come from Trivandrum and Ahmedabad, they used to find time to come and sit with Dave and chat. Such a great person he was. He was a wonderful person, and his contribution was magnificent. See, the critical area was the component engineering management, which he single-handedly managed for the entire space control. In fact, I personally feel he did not get his due rewards for his contribution. But he never showed his ill feelings or his disappointment anytime with anybody. Even though the less deserved ones got better than him, he never showed up. So, a wonderful person. He was helping, and he used to get socialized with everybody, irrespective of the state. Right from lowest cadre to the highest cadre, sociability was excellent. It is unfortunate that he has left all of us. He is not physically existing with us, but I am sure he has etched himself in all our hearts. Okay? So I wish his family members to get over these sad feelings and get on to the life, and wish them all the best. And I pray sincerely for the noblest and selfless soul of day, Siharan day, to reach to Lord Mahavishnu, to bless his soul, to reach the heaven peacefully. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for that very emotional words. I think I now request K.N.S. Rao.
Hello, friends. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to come here and meet so many of my friends. My association with the day goes back 52 years. So we were recruited together, myself as engineer SC and he as component expert. And when I joined, I was wondering what kind of designation this is, component expert. But later on I came to know that he is a real expertise, he is a real component expert. I think in the whole of India, you will never get anybody, that kind of expertise. Whatever salary you can pay crores or lakhs or whatever. You can't get a person like Day, the real expertise, component expert. And when I first met him in 1972, he was such a simple person, with heavy Bengali accented this one. I never estimated him properly in the beginning, but later on when I came to know more and more about him, I regarded him as an elder brother, with highest regard. And till recently, just 1 month back, I was in constant touch with him, and I used to consult him on so many matters, particularly medical. He guided me properly in many aspects. When I had my cataract surgery, he told correctly what to do, what not to do. Then my dental things. So I regarded him as an elder brother. Actually, I was in constant touch with him. Just 1 month back, I talked to him. Of course, I never thought that he will leave so early. But before ending, I would like to tell the immense contribution he has done to the component world in India. Very few people know about it. In fact, but for his contribution, ISRO would not have been in the present state. When nobody knew about the components, he was the one, and when somebody wanted some component, he will guide them properly, right from indenting to getting the screening, etc., etc. And that contribution has not been properly compensated. That's what I agree with Najun Swami. And he never joined any rat race. That is the thing, He didn't ask for any position, promotion, nothing. That is one of the big qualities about him. And he was a very jolly person, always smiling, and he mingled with everybody. We miss him terribly, myself, Raghu, Najun Swami. Particularly with this group, we really miss him. So thank you very much.
How we started without any access database.
Yeah. Okay, we'll take care. Thank you for that good suggestion. I think we will take it forward. I think it's a good idea. I think it's also attached to the legacy of Siharan Day. So I think we should important to do that. We want to take he has not come yet. So I request the oldest member in the parts lab, or Masudan Rao, to. No, he's not going to speak. We'll call him. It is there in the list. I asked him, he didn't want to speak. So you can speak from the only, sir.
Very close friend.
Thank you for the opportunity given by the organizers. Though I am technically not involved with the day, but he's a personal friend of mine. He's an advisor, philosopher, whatnot. Anything you say, he is there with me. He actually changed my course of life. I was behaving like an animal. Then he has suggested at a point where I wanted to square up with somebody else, he suggested to be calm, and so that has helped me to shape myself. The second thing is, he is very much fond of food. I came from a village background. He has showed many of the restaurants in Bangalore. Any new restaurant comes, he will take us there. We enjoyed that. And more than that, he has helped many people to get employment in ISRO. And we never find him to be angry, and he was always off. On lighter side, one day he was looking different. I asked him, how you are like this? Today I got a bath, he told. And he took me to his house, and the madam has provided good food, especially that, jam. She is a specialist in making goba jam, and he used to share with us. And I lost a good philosopher and guide for me in life. I pray God to provide him a place in the abode of him, and for his soul rest in peace. Thank you all.
Thank you, Rao sir. Now I request Dr. Ravindra, Deputy Director.
Members of the Day family, organizers of this wonderful tribute function, all my dear friends and colleagues. So, of course, today is a day of mixed feelings for me and for all of you. It is sad because a few days are not physically present, but at the same time, we all feel the warmth and love shown by all of you who are here to share your experiences, reconnect and relive, and then pay our gratitude to Day, and then that's how we can feel proud that we are able to come here and share our feelings. And I think who is the Day and how can we describe Day? Already people have told like including Dr. Sahu and then all others. Day means component expert. They all told the stories. If you write Siharan Day, component expert Bangalore, letter would reach. So that was the type of personality he has created. I was wondering, what is the Day's role today? How can you define him, and what is the impact he has created? I just googled yesterday, who is Siharan Day? Google Guru says he is the quality expert, and it also says he is system person associated with ISRO related activities. So I was happy that they moved from the components in those days of the postal department. Today Google also recognizes that he is moved from components to systems to space. Fine. And all the leadership qualities and all the impact he made through WhatsApp, the Ramesh, Philip, and all others, they have definitely described what it is Day. Then I was thinking, how can we describe Day? I just took 3 words, SDE, Siharan Day, and then I thought of you. Yes means always, as you said, he was always smiling and he was very sincere. To me, he was a mix of secular and democratic values. Yes. Then D stands for his very delightful personality, very charming and delightful personality. And then, most importantly, he was the driver. Driver in the sense driving the people, all the people and the institutions to go to the highest standards. He was the technical driver and the kingmaker of all of ISRO for the components were concerned. And then I also feel that if you look at his principled values, it was the most democratic values were part of his life. He lived the democratic and secular were part of his life, as you have already seen. And then lastly, E means he was considering all with equal considerations, and then he was the most enabler of all this. Whatever little thing is there, if you did, he will enable to grow further. My own experience is there, for example, whatever little bit thing is there, he will say, go Baba, you do this thing is there, you will come up in life, and then he will advise very nicely. Once, the moment we joined, we were not knowing whatever pre-cap visual examination, nothing was there. He told, Ravindra, you go to Siri Pilani and do the pre-cap visual examination for this. We were not knowing what is pre-cap, what is satellites, what is hybrid microcircuit. But thing is, he knew our capability. We went there and then picked up everything. And then when I joined in 1981 in failure analysis lab along with Krishnaraju, and then with Ramchandra was there. Then later K. Venkatesh joined. we were all looking after for scanning electron microscope. Somehow a small amount of work we did, and then the equipment was not working. We made it working. You believe it or not, gave so much appreciation. He jacked it up to the director level. He made a letter, he told, and he took us to Director U.R. Rao and told these people have done a wonderful job. Believe it or not, U.R. Rao gave a letter appreciating all of us, and I am still keeping that letter with me. That was a very small work. How he used to encourage people, and then that was stay. And then another thing I remember very well is that when we joined there, he told you we have to procure lot of equipments is there. You procure many equipments. You told one equipment I remember. He told one neutron radiography equipment is there, and you project it. Actually, nobody in India, nowhere it was available. He knew I am from institute. Somehow I do the research, and then immediately I brought out a document on neutron radiography and many failure analysis things is there. You believe it or not, it was a very costly equipment, and then he projected it also. And during the budget session, Professor Rao asked me, what is this day? Such a 50 lakhs or very big equipment you have projected at this beginning, what will you do? He jokingly said, this is for your cutting, sir. That means we have to come back, and we know we have to do this exercise, and we will come back with more details of his fullness later. That was the type of personality he was, and then definitely we all benefited by his advice and then the guidance he gave. But really speaking, what are the very major significant contributions of Day and also his core competence, and what are his greater leadership roles and visionary qualities if you look at? I don't want to give going. Only we have to remember that from 1980s to 2003 decades, major changes all happened. In satellite technologies, we moved from the experimental, moved to the operational spacecraft, then scientific mission and Gaganyaan. In components also, lot of changes happened. We started with the mill standard industrial grade components. Later, we moved over to classes, all red hot components. But later, somewhere, all these components also became absolute. They were not at all available. And then one has to go for commercial off-the-shelf components, advanced technology devices, failure analysis. So many things was there. So in this context, if you want to really see what is his real contribution, I feel, as Mr. Nanjur Swami told, he was the one single man army. He managed everything single-handedly. In the present day context, if I look back, he was Chairman Technical Evaluation Committee, Chairman Parts Review Board, Chairman Failure Analysis Board, Chairman Component Bulk Procurement, Chairman Standard SPC, like everything was there. Because so many committees have to do later in the stages. At that time, whether it's a proprietary or specific brand, if somebody asks, go and ask Day. He will sell, that will be taken. If there is any problem with this purchasing, Day, if you ask, he will give. Failure analysis, we are not able to analyze, and what is the reason? He has the knack of telling, yes, this is the reason. So like that, he single-handedly managed it. But he was also known that in the years to come, it is not going to happen. He has to build a system. It cannot be a one-man army. So what was his greatest contribution, I feel, is that mentoring and identifying the people and identifying the team and encouraging them, so that all of us came through that and then took forward whatever he has contributed, and that was possible. And he has also had a out-of-box thinking was there, very, very diplomatic, and when any problem is there, they definitely will come with very good solution. So I feel he has contributed very significantly to whole of ISRO as a component expert, as a quality expert, and also as a ISO 9000. And of course, what are his core belief system and philosophy was there. To sum up that, he did not say it explicitly, but we felt that his philosophy was Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. He meant it, and then Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So that was his principle. He did not explicitly say, but we felt that was his guiding force. So at the end, I would like to summarize his philosophy of life and also pray God that it give the strength for his family members, and also we should take forward the environment created by him. And so I will just recite a prayer from Taittiriya Upanishad. This prayer tells his motto, his philosophy of life, and it also encourages us to take forward the legacy. And I know this is a well-known prayer and the Shanti you all know. So I will just recite it and conclude. Sahana bhavatu, sahano bhunattu, sahavirya karavavahai, tejasvina vaditamas mavid vishavahai, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Thank you, Dr. Ravindra, for that wonderful narration and highlighting the what Day's contributions to the to ISRO as well as to the community, right? So I now request Madhusudan Rao to please come forward. So he is the oldest man in the parts lab other than Day and Chandrasekhar, and we had Madhusudan Rao and one Divagar was there. I think Divagar is not here; he is in Hyderabad now. So I request Madhusudan Rao to give his tribute to Dr. Day.
Namaste to all the participants here. I want to tell something different other than what people told now. In late 70s, there was a person with a peculiar character. He is such a person, the people ahead of him, he used to think, because of luck, they are ahead of him. The people behind him, he used to think, they are useless, that's why they are behind. That way, he doesn't have respect to either the people ahead or people behind. With this nature, no respect to others by that person, no love, trust. Okay, he is of no use to the society, nobody liked him, he didn't like anybody. Such a peculiar character. One thing is, to his luck, he came in contact with a noble soul. What transpired between these two people, that is different matter, but after that person, he got transformed into altogether different character. He started liking the people, helping the people, and he is loved by the people. He became respected in the society. Now, that person, peculiar person, is none other than Madhusudan Rao, who is standing in front of you. And I need not tell who is a noble soul, Desa. But it doesn't mean that he made me sit and he didn't teach. Hey, Madhu, be like this, don't be like this. He never taught, he never preached. Only the way of his life he taught me was preaching. Few very simple examples I will tell. Suppose I go with a leave letter. Generally people say, hey, how many days, why leave, cut short, like that. It's a general response. But in the total of my service, not even a single leave letter was rejected or no amendments, straight away signed. But what does it mean? It means it is the respect given by him to the needs of his people. This one aspect. Those days were eligible for overtime. At the end of the month, I used to submit the overtime statement. No cross-checking. Hey, Madhu, have you come that day? Hey, I didn't ask you to come that day. No such comments. Straight away sign. But what does it speak? It speaks about the trust. What a great regard to his people. What a trust he got on his people. Because I was directly working with him, it may be natural people think. But that magnanimity doesn't stop there. Okay, as people told, he was competent expert. One day I saw a young engineer who joined 1 month before. He was in T&D. Suddenly, days of called, hey, Ambalagan, come here. Hey, you are specialized in that area, no? HP people, they want a specialist in that. It suits you. Apply. What does it mean? If a person is lost from the organization, okay, there's a trouble to this stuff. But he is so helpful for the upliftment or upgradation of the people. Okay, so this what is days of. This is how he preached us. So in Sanskrit, one shloka is there. Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnat Purnamudachyate Like this, it goes on. I don't know the meaning word by word. It speaks about the vastness of God. But here, our God is day. His qualities are so vast. It is not limited to his own people or outside people. Okay, it's a great fortune that we got a chance to work with him, learn from him. What else we can say about his magnanimity and quality? Really great. But before I leave, I want to tell one thing. When for the last few days we were discussing with Ramanjanelu, Ramesh, G. Ramesh and Devdas, my daughter coolly asked me one question. Papa, you are doing this much during this time after his demise. Have you done a similar thing when he was there? I'm sorry. It's a shame. I hold my head down with shame. I'm sorry. Sorry, Desab. Sorry, Des family. I'm sorry. But Desab is great.
That is very emotional words from Madhu. Thank you, Madhu, for sharing that aspect of day. I think next is I am the person identified in the list. So I think Madhu has already highlighted all the good qualities of day. And main thing, I think one thing I wanted to say is he had a very good trust in his people. Actually, that is one thing, I think all of us appreciate him very much. Like he already mentioned about the leave letter case and overtime thing. So he had given, I was in the ISRO for almost 12 years. So during about 10 years I was working with the day. So he is a person who has encouraged me to also, because he knew that somehow I was not very happy with the environment in ISRO. So he has also provided me some opportunity to look outside, and he had also given me some contact, and he is partly responsible for me to switch from government job to a private job, though I had some setbacks after going outside, but later on it picked up, and I always used to keep in touch with the day and take his advice, because he was like a fatherly figure for all of us, because we had joined ISRO at a very young age, 18, 20, that age, and most of us were in the same age group. So he used to give a lot of guidance, and guidance in the sense he's like an encyclopedia of on knowledge, right? So I didn't know anything about mill standard and all those. So you say 202, page number so and so, 883B. Page number so and so, or 750 page number so and so, or mill specification so and so. So I think I had a very lovely working with him, especially for the Apple and the INSAT project actually. So he had given a total freedom for us. I think the parts lab one and the INSAT parts lab. I think I think about 90% of the equipment which was procured then was done by me. And with good blessings of day, actually used to encourage, whatever the work. Of course, I used to spend a lot of time in ISRO those days and worked very hard. And he had that confidence that whatever we do, and like Madhu said, whenever we go with the comparison, technical comparison, he knows that I do a good job. So he generally he will not look much, and he will approve that. So that is the type of faith he had in his people. So I think it's very difficult to replace him, and I always remember him throughout my life, and I pray that the family have the courage to bear this loss, and I pray my tributes to Desab. Thank you. Now I request Ramanjanelu.
My name is Ramanjanelu. Myself and we three joined, they used to call all a trio. Myself, Devdas and R. Ramesh. So we joined in the inward inspection of the component. So that we used to learn a lot about different components which are used in the space. So particularly mica capacitors, ceramic capacitors, we got the learning because of this particular opportunity. So after that, he encourages the people to do further studies. As Ravindra told all the things, many people told. So just we used to he used to encourage the people to do some further studies, and he always feels the people should come up in the life. His motto is he won't bother. So he will say that the people will come, people will go, but the people have to be happy. They have to go in the life, like that he used to say.
So I joined with the diploma thing. Then after that I started AMI. My colleagues, we started all the things. So that he never stopped anything. No, if he goes, nobody will come like that. He never tried. Immediately, blindly signs all the things. Whenever some exam is there, immediately he signs. Don't worry, you take it, other people will take care. So like that, so under the day's blessings, we have completed my studies. So after that, we applied for some outside jobs. Then he has encouraged that one, and we did further very well. I joined LRD, and so whatever I learned in ISAC under the days of, so that particular thing was helped throughout my life. Even now also I am working, but even now also I am using all his principles, whatever he taught, that is preferred path list. At that time, our Chandrasekhar sir used to guide us how to make that type reduction. So we used to compile all the components from different groups, and we used to sit and we used to compile all the things, myself and Devdas and Chandrasekhar sir. At that time, there is one Talwai sir also is there. So we learned a lot, and it is really good. And DSAP knows all the mill standards, not only mill standards, PPL 15, that's what I remember at that time. Then after that he gets different from European Space Agency, Goddard Space Flight Center and ESA standards. He will read all the things, and as somebody told, his complete table is full of books without any systematic organization, but he knows where is it, what is the thing. And if you do any mistake also, he will simply say, you go to that page, that is RNC, RNR, like that he used to say. So really great, I learned a lot. And all the components, particularly active components, passive components, that particular thing gave a lot of life. Then after this I joined LRD, then they have understood I worked with the day. Then they have put me in, I worked in Akash system. So in the Akash system is the prestige issue that we got from Patriot by seeing that we did. So during that we have used a lot of components. Then the boss of this particular Akash radar, what we did, that A.K. Subramanian, he made me in charge for the component. So whatever I learned like that particular thing I implemented, they were very happy. So I was there. After that, slowly I migrated to system level, RF subsystems I did for that one. Then further went to different things. So really I like days working, and similarly he never used to teach anything, but we learned by seeing him. We are all learned. He will not teach anything, but by his observations, but his things, all the things we learned, picked up, and we have come to great stage because of Day Saab. So thank you for Day Saab. I am really lost my mentor guru. We met him many times after that also. So I convey my best regards to family of Day. They have given a lot of. I feel that they should go forward in the life without Day's thing also. This is a part of the life. Thank you very much for
Thank you, Ramanjanello. Now I think we have a person. He is not an Indian citizen amongst us. You know who is he? Yeah, he is sitting here. He is a US citizen now. He is migrated to US. But we were lucky that he was here during this time, and he was the man, I think, behind this show today. He is the prime mover behind this. And the moment he came, because we had a lot of argument, I didn't want this to be done in a very posh like this. I always wanted to know this to be, because I work in the Rotary, I connected the Rotary. So always I look for the the people below, how to involve them. But he always wanted to see that how to get the bigger people involved in the thing. So this is really mainly his brainchild. So he has last 4 or 5 days, every day night 10 to 12, I think we have long calls to plan these activities. Very nitty-gritties it was planned. And I thank him for being with us today and doing everything. And I now request him to pay his tributes, and with a limitation of 3 minutes.
Friends, this is too much for me to digest. I don't think it is a single man show. It is definitely, to really tell you honestly, the wonderful hearts of all of the members here. I definitely like to, everybody has spoken so much about Day, is component expert, is a man of so much of interest in developing people and so on. There might be a internal inquisitiveness for some reason or whatever as to why I have taken from I have come from USA. We are almost lost it for 37 years, let us say. But I can tell you this much. In my life of 43 years of career, and I've gone through different domains, different areas. I worked in government for 13 years, and rest of the 30 years, I worked in the private industry. But I have not lost touch with day. And I have maintained, because there is a very strong reason, none of you people know. I shared it with very few people. He is the man who gave me life. I resigned in 1986. I gave my resignation letter. I'll just talk about my personal, I gave my resignation letter. And Day Saab is like, is like an elder brother. You can't say, so much about just an individual by merely saying that he has done so much in components and so on, but a lot more on the behind the scenes, the way he functions. So I went and I just met him in 1986 in the month of February. I was too much into this craze of ISKCON, and I was too much into, everybody used to call me Jugtu Ramesh, and I used to have my tilak and all that. You see, time changes, right? You have belief systems, everything operates in your life. But over time, at 64 today, I'm standing in front of you, I can tell you this much. There's one person, he is not the spiritual, the gurus that we go to get some dikshas. No. He is a true man of true feelings from the bottom of his heart. And when I went and when I took my resignation letter and gave it to him, he said, Ramesh, why are you resigning? What is preventing you from doing whatever you're doing? You are going to hurt your parents. Don't resign and join this ISKCON and all that. I want you to be in this. I will allow you to do anything you want. You're doing. I started one small little unit called as, not unit, an initiative called as Sunrise. I don't know if you guys remember. Yes. It's Society for Unification of Rational Interests in the Spheres of Education. I still remember the abbreviation. And so when I started, he said, do it. It's a very educated thing, but don't resign. I said, so no, I want to resign. Okay, do one thing. Give me your resignation letter. I'll keep it in the drawer. After 2 weeks of your leave, come back and talk to me how you feel in your ISKCON and all that. And I went, I listened to him. Nobody knew about this, and I went. I came back after 2 weeks of earned leave. And they said, how do you feel? Would you want to still leave? I said, sir, a transformation that you have made in me, I cannot say enough that I think this is the place where I belong to. I want you to guide me as my mentor. And from then on, I have not left because he saved me. If I had joined ISKCON, imagine people, I would not have been what I am today. And he gave me life. He impacted my life. He has changed my thought process. When I called him several times, every year I used to make sure that I call him to speak 1 hour. And he used to very fondly call me not Ramesh, Romesh, because of his Bengali accent. And it's so lovely. And so ultimately, what I'd like to just emphasize here is that is the driving force. That is what is keeping us so bonded. And he has brought a lot of you guys. So much of impact he has done. That impact will stay forever. Folks, I'm telling you, he is not dead. He is there living in his words, in his impact. Not one day he has hurt anybody in his row. Not one day he has hurt anybody in his friend circle. He might be smoking, it's all bodily. Smoking, drinking, I don't care for all of that. Your mind is more important. He has always had good things for people. He has always had everything that he wanted to help people. That is the impact for life that he has done. And I am here, what I am here, I owe a lot to him. I owe so much, and that is the energy and that is the spirit that has brought us all together. And hardly anything, it's Guru Dakshina, whatever little I am doing. Thank you very much.
By 1 minute, doesn't matter. I think you're so much to talk about today. We always used to talk when he is in the US also. He used to call, and the call will go on for hours together. We are connected, we are like brothers, talk a lot. And now I request another Ramesh, which we call him as the Great Ramesh, because initially is also G. So I request him to pay.
Good afternoon to all. I really have no words to express my feelings. On 2nd July, I just received, June, received some WhatsApp message from K.R. Ramesh about the news of Days of Demise. I could not reply him back. Then he called me and said, what happened to you? Why you have not responded to my WhatsApp? Somehow, the feeling was like that. Day, like all of you told, though he was elder, we have a right to say he was a friend because of his attitude and the affection. Day is a friend, philosopher and guide for all of us, including me. I join all of you to pray the Almighty God to rest his noble soul in peace. Kindly join. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ramesh. That was a sweet and short. Now I request, I think, Anandi to please come forward. Or you want to speak from there? I can give the mic there.
She is a very dear person to everybody.
Please say a few words about a day and his life.
Days. I have not met any of you, even though I worked with Dave for so many years, and I didn't get a chance to come here. And after a long time, I'm meeting you, and I can't say what it's a feeling of seeing people of my own and rejoicing it, or the sadness of seeing my boss, my only eldest. He was such a good person. There are so many people we come across. A person who will stand in our heart. That is, I can't forget him. And he's such a person who had a very good upbringing. The main thing he had on the subordinates, he don't even look at anything, sign all that. He had so much trust on me that immediately he'll sign all the reports and everything. You know, married Rajshekhar, he was from mine, and we decided to get married. And I went and gave an invitation with me. I took him also with me, and I gave him his sign. I said, sir. Then he looked at the invitation, very good. Such a extension, but we say that he trusts so much, but he has got some memory power and visual memory. Once he remembers everything, he tells, crack it is, page it is all. Madhu explained, and he was in knowledge, anything you ask, it's page it, mid-spec it is, where it is, track it is. So nice to work under. Today, I've left long, but 2002, till now I can remember, till sometimes discuss with my husband, the way of, not only with Dave, with the Rashid Chandrasekhar sir, Dave was big brother for us, his brother, and all. He started from nothing in components you screen that key, only the components you can remove the coordinate. And now it is ISAC so super in everything. It has got all the needs to be in the top of the world. But still, remember that how we remember every time how unity was there, how there was everything, and one by and all of us. I was like a big sister, and all the other people who were joined after K.R. Ramesh, all of them were brothers. So good, forgetting the very good days, all friends, all of them when with signature, they all they will not talk. They all will be sick. But what? I wondered so many. Everybody will be sick, but they will. But they will not talk. But I don't know why. What they will be. Maybe I don't know what. I don't know. No. Very really blessed day, and we are all younger. I pray to God, and God will very soulful. And thank you for me. I'm very scared, and I told K.R. Ramesh not to call me. But after telling also in the text, he called me. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Anandi. We are not going in any particular order, but I wanted to call somebody who is very closely connected with Dave, and even after he left ISRO, he used to constantly in touch with Dave and his family. Is none other than Akram Khan. So I call him to pay his tributes.
Hello everybody. From the day one when I joined ISRO, he was the chairman of the selection committee. That day itself he started me first asking a lot of questions. And finally he took me in his own department. From those days, he is in my heart. And even now, just few days before his death also he was communicating with me. I used to call him and ask, because still I am working supplying some critical parts to ISRO again. So I used to ask some important things. So he texted me and told Akram, I am forwarding your calls, only text me. That time only I came to know that he. Then next message he sent me, I am sick, I am not well. Then I also sent him, wish you a speedy recovery. I saw that message that her daughter sends my daddy. I could not believe, because I was very constantly in touch with him. Sometimes I used to even meet him in dispensary and all. He is such a great person, I cannot say. I have a very small incident with me. Is my brother was a football player in Calcutta. So I wanted to go and meet him. So those days NTC was there. I went to his cabin. There was Rosaline there. She was her PA. Gave my traveling letter to him. Then he saw the place, Bangalore to Calcutta. Then he pressed the bell and told, call Rosaline, call him Akram inside. Then I went inside. He told, you're going to Calcutta? Yes, sir. Straight he told my NTC form. He threw it like this. I was shocked. I was very new those days. I was shocked. What happened? Then he calls Rosaline again. Rosaline, bring one traveler form. Let him go officially to Calcutta. Such a great person. I could not believe. You use your NTC somewhere else. The first thing what he want to do is, how I can help you. Anybody who comes in the front, the first thing in his mind is, in what way I can help this guy. This is the attitude of Mr. Day. No, nothing else. He doesn't see who he is, what he is. And he was so close with me. Akram, go and bring the mail. Those days, lot of letters used to come. I used to collect like this and take in the morning and then leave in his table. So many letters, component expert, from different part of the world. Such a nice man, I really miss him. May God bless him to the topmost level in paradise, and may God give lot of patience to Mrs. Day, daughter and his son, all of them. May God bless them. Thank you very much.
That is very emotional. I request Dr. Ramchandra to come forward and say.
Good morning. I was lucky to work with Siharan. Directly from college, we joined ISRO, and we did not have any working experience. Everything was new. But he was truly a mentor. Mentor in the sense, whole life he sees, not just 1 day or 2 days actually. He insisted 2 things which I practiced throughout my life. Life is a whole life is a journey of learning. It never end actually. It is not that I learned something, it will end. We have to keep on learning actually. I practiced that one. He gave me very good opportunity of working in high-end equipment like scanning electron microscope. And those days in Tirupati Venkateswara University, one professor purchased similar equipment. They set up, it was not working. They approached us and it was not working. He directly told Ramchandra, you go and prepare it. I was scared actually, though I was able to operate, but he said, he encouraged you, go and try. I went and they set up and serviced it. The Professor Lakshman gave a wonderful letter to Professor U.R. Rao. Your guy has come and commissioned and serviced actually. That letter is even today. That is all because of the encouragement and confidence they have shown with me. So he told whole life is a journey of learning. We have to accept the challenge also. So even after I left ISRO, I learned many things actually. Then whenever I had the opportunity, I used to talk with them. And in ISRO itself, there are many challenges actually. The laser system was not working during, I'm talking 96, 97. I had a lot of experience in Shri. I made a proposal and they invited me a couple of times. I went and serviced it. So my connection, somehow, though I left ISRO, it got well connected. And now last years I am working as a consultant in failure analysis. That is where I started my journey as a consultant. And we have developed a very wonderful technology. It is being patented. We applied for patent. It is all the guidance and a kind of push that has put 5K on me. I really cannot say, there is no word to say my gratitude towards him. And for me, or for all of us, he is not dead. He is alive in our heart. So we pray the family to know that he is alive in the heart of many of us.
Thank you, Dr. Ramchandra. I want Dr. Srinath Setu to please come.
Sure. See, I stayed in ISRO hardly 2 years, less than 2 years. Even now, I'm telling everybody that my stay at ISRO was like my PG, post-graduation, where mentor was Mr. Day. And after Shekhar, Ravindra, and in fact I was interacting with you also to learn so many things. Whatever I learned at ISRO was because he allowed me to learn. He said, yeah, I can go anywhere, learn anything. I used to go to mechanical department, power supply, stores, here, there, name it. I had gone everywhere. He said, you can go free, no problem. Day Stella, I was known there. So I used to go there and then I learned so much that at the end of that one, because of this mentorship, whatever I learned, I typically use one word and left after that transfer. You learn something in a given field and apply it to a totally different one. I did 2 phases. One, whatever knowledge I learned in the quality from Mr. Day and the other things here, and then I applied it for a totally unconnected thing, civilian, lot of things we did. And then second thing is that I applied management and then I grew as a manager also. So these are the only 2 things I want to. And in fact, madam, I have seen you when you were staying in Rajendra. I met you. Your daughter was a tiny kid. So I had come there twice there, and that's the only time I had come. Yeah, please. Thank you.
Thank you. I request Shivaraman, please come. Okay. Jayanti? No? Okay. TR Francis. We call him TR.
Hi everybody. I will tell an incident which happened in ISRO. I had made a conceptual design for mother-daughter board concept. And I was very happy that the ISAC day, the core team, I forgot the name of the person, he kept a note on my table saying that because Cure does not have any funds for doing R&D, he said, you can go ahead. I was so happy, very, very happy. And then we went, Raghavan sir and we went to structures because they have to support it, because mine was a conceptual thing. Okay, and then there I got the shock of my life. He said, even if this is the best design on the surface of the earth, we will not accept it. This was the thing. I felt very bad. And then, I was sitting in the next cabin, day, you could see things. And then he saw me, depressed, and then he called me and said, Francis, don't worry, life is not the thing, it will happen. Such things can happen. And he consoled me in such a way that I forgot everything. And then later on, maybe after a few months, he called me, Francis, there's an opening in CDOT. If you're interested, you can go. And see, that's what he understands people, he understands how to deal with people, the way he interacts with people. And then what I wanted to say is, see, one day we all have to go. Once we are born, we have to go. But now see, the thing is, whatever we do on the surface of the earth, good work what we do will be remembered, nothing else. And that is the reason, that is the what do you call, truth. And whatever you are seeing, that so many people have come here, that is the thing. Because we remember people. Very few people we remember like that. So may God bless him and his family. Thank you.
Thank you, Francis. I request Shashikala to come and pay the.
Here, I joined ISAC quite young. I was 19 years when I joined ISAC, and I joined. Chandrasekhar was my boss and Siharan day, and it was a very warm and a secure place to. That was at such an young age when you don't know anything. Working with people like them was a real blessing. As everybody told about Day, he was it was a rare combination of a very bright mind and a very. That's why I am seeing that unique personality that everybody feels that whoever it is about very like us, everybody feels that is unique personality. And as everybody said, there was always help, always wish the best for them. And I feel he used to believe in more than mine. When he used to give some assignments, I was not sure whether I'll be able to. He used to believe in us. I think that gave us the confidence to learn and forward. Though I moved to different departments later on, still I feel confident. The nation all were there, but the best time of life in it. I pray God to give the family the strength to bear this. I know it is very difficult. Even today, he is not with us. Whose daughter said when this program was being arranged and I came to know about this, the first thing what I got is we should have done something like this when he was there. We should have called him and we should have expressed this in front of him. We missed him somehow. We never realized that. But when this was being organized, the very first thought that came, his daughter also, and how we missed that chance. That is really sad. I pray God rest his soul.
I agree with Shashikala. Generally, this is a very important thing that whenever we are alive, we must definitely, extend our gratitude and also make sure that we come together like this and express our sincere thanks and so on. But as a solace, in 2010, Mr. Day was there on the dais with Mr. Deshikamani and Mr. Shri, who was our wonderful colleague who passed away in an accident. We had the great Mr. Ramesh, who did a felicitation for this great man. And Day Saab, I have the video also. He spoke for almost like 15 minutes so beautifully, explaining what he felt about many things. And I'll probably just cut that particular thing and then share it with people. But I'm not saying that has completed the recognition for a great soul like him. An august audience at the highest level of ISRO should have given him a really, sort of a gallantry type of an award. And I think our hearts are enough for him. We are all really the biggest award for him. He has created our lives. He has given us a lot of nice guidance. And many people like me, including me, I will never forget him in my life. So I think we have some solace there. Thank you.
I think some of us has the gratification that we used to meet today, even after I was not there in ISRO. Some occasions, we used to meet and express our gratitude to him. So it's not that we are. When he is alive, also that we have expressed our gratitude. But I think more could have been done. That's what the message is. I call upon Venkatesh. Please come.
Thank you for organizing the wonderful memorial for him. If I can be called like that. Dave was my first boss. He is the first boss. So he's a very a person who is just coming out of the university, landing up with an unassuming person. It's very because many of my colleagues, students, like my friends, joined. They used to tell so many things about their boss. Very tough, very difficult to meet him. He's not available, but Dave is always available and always he's approachable. And he gives, as many of the speakers told, he gives so much freedom to do things. And see, whenever we go there, at that time, first thing is he gives a task. You please write an abstract for this. Some conference is there. So abstract you write it. Sir, what abstract? You write it. Something you write it. Because it's instructionally very short one. You write it. So like Ravindra told, neutron radiography, scanning laser acoustic microscope, and FA procedure like that. Yes, just fresh. We joined only 2 months old, and he used to tell you give. So we go there, write and there's write and give. Good. Then you send it to this particular address, and you write a full paper for 1 week. Like that you tell. What to write? We don't know. Then we go to library, go here and there, write some 3-4 pages, discuss among ourselves, write and give. That also you send it to all. Many places you used to send papers. Especially like so many papers he asked to write. So we felt, what is this we are trying to do? We are not doing anything hardware really. This is actually exposure. So many things he gives us tasks like this. Go there, and suddenly, as Dr. Ravindra pointed out, the scanning electron microscope, it was defunct. So we started putting a vacuum, and at the time only we know what is vacuum is, how the vacuum should be arrested, and we got very crude method of arresting vacuum and all we did. Then we thought, now looking back and seeing that how we had start doing this, because after learning so many things, we started using one black paste to arrest seal. And the seal of the order of 10 crores minus 3 or minus 5. We used to call it some lapam. So we used to put that. Why we are trying like this? It's all learning in a very, very crude way. But thing is, there's also a good learning to know what he used to just, as a saying, if you want to learn swimming, you have to jump on the water. So like this, he'll put it on the water, so learn by yourself. So that kind of things, confidence we had. But as many of the speakers told, in fact, I'm also sorry that at the time when he was alive, we have not contacted him after my retirement, and when he's also, even though he had talked to us for many things for ISO 9000, but has also contributed at that time. He's given a lot of inputs to that. So it is very difficult to feel that such a person was connected to everyone's heart. He's really not there. So that kind of feel. But unfortunately, many people says everyone, that some story should come to an end. His stage is there, but still he lives in everyone's heart. So that's one thing makes us feel very. But even though as people said something is sad also is happening, sometimes we feel that it's good that we got connected to such a person who has been such a simple and humble person, very approachable and things like that. We feel great. And I think this kind of feeling we cherish.
Thank you. I call upon Sandhya.
Good afternoon to everyone. I consider myself as too small a person to talk about such a great personality, but this is a very big loss to the family, to the organization, and as a whole to the society. I pray God to give strength to the family to bear this loss, and our Atmakke Shanti Sigli.
Kalyan Rama.
My name is Kalyan Rama. When Mr. Day was there, I was working in IRS PMO as a procurement components, working with procurement components. I used to go to him with files to get his opinion on files. I was so much, he is component expert, I am only an assistant processing file. But he's so simple. He'll Kalyana, come, sit down, he'll tell. He'll sit down and say, what is the price? He'll just go through. Then he'll tell, this party you take, this party you take, he'll tell. These 3 parties you take, compare prices, and go, he'll tell. He's so shocked. He'll just so easy, he'll tell. No, we can ask him also, sir, why you are not considering this party? I just tell why. He'll explain. He's not good. We have bad experience with him. He cannot supply. As this component, you cannot supply. He will tell straight away, he will tell. And sir, okay, do those things you take. And we will make technical CST and go to him. He will see these things. Then immediately he will tell. Such is expertness, But he treated us so well. He will not think he will come later, come tomorrow. This and all he will not tell. Like what others were told, everybody was sitting with him. Every time you go to his room, you will find so many people are sitting with him. But still, when I enter the room, he will tell, what you want, come. He will still attend to us. And if he can immediately clear, he will immediately clear. That was his simplicity, his greatness. His greatness that we were so lucky to have him as our mentor in the compound procurement. Anyhow, it's a big loss to us that we have lost him. Anyhow, we have to go with what all things he has guided us.
Thank you. I call upon Rajshekar.
I have an opportunity to work with I worked in ISRO from 77 to 85. Those who joined later may not know me. As far as Siharan Day, my wife already explained to you, we sometimes talk about him, the way he treated her and the way he interacted with her, and the guidance and advice he has given. I used to admire his component expertise and the way he reads all the documents about the components. First thing comes to my mind is, I left ISRO in 85. Some of you may be surprised why. The reason I left is, I cannot use the latest components in the power group control system. Because of the space qualification, the components used to be outdated like 5 years back or 10 years back. Even though we claim that we do great things in ISRO, but we are not able to use the latest technology and components. So I left and I actually had an opportunity to visit all the components manufacturing in the US, right from New York to San Francisco. When I looked at all the magazines, I brought one full suitcase of magazines, all the articles of components and the benefits, and I started a joy of using this. I remember days of this when I go there, so many catalogs will be there, and that's what inspired me about him. And one thing I heard from all of you, what type of person he is. So one thing you can learn today, if not anything else from day, is that how to be humble, how to be of a heart of helping everyone, whatever we are and wherever we are. That's the thing that we can learn from him, if not anything else. I know he touched the heart of many of you here, but let us go with the peace that he is our lead and guide to be helpful to the society and the people around us. And I wish all the best for the family, and we pray that you will continue his legacy in helping others and guiding others. We pray that his soul will rest in peace. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Raj. Suguna?
Good afternoon, everyone. I should first say I am very much fortunate that I first reported to Day Sir when I joined. And that day, Chandrasekhar Sir was on leave, so I reported to him. Then he directed me to Devdas Sir. And until the day I returned, I used to pray that I have been having all my bosses were good to me. They recognized my talents. Even though I joined as a tradesman, everybody used to recognize my talents, and they used to allow me to do some things which were beyond my capabilities also. They encouraged me to learn. First thing is, when I was doing a computer course when I joined, and I finished my project report, I showed it to Anandi, and Anandi told, oh, come and show it to Day Sir. I told, no, why like that? I was hesitant, then she told me to. But the way Day Sir responded to my project report, he saw and he asked me some questions and all that. It was very encouraging. And next thing what he did was, he encouraged me to do higher studies. Then though my friends who were in other divisions had to wait for 3 years to get an NOC for that higher studies, for me Day Sir gave it within a year. Within a year he signed my NOC, and I was able to apply for higher studies, and I did my diploma. And then after that I did my other PC and MC also. But when I did my diploma, and those days by experience we could become engineers. So I became SP also. Then I met him in ISAC meeting in the corridor. Then suddenly I felt that I had to speak to him. Then I went and said, you may not remember me, but because you gave me NOC within a year and I finished my diploma and now I am an engineer. He was like, when I said, now I am an engineer because of you, sir, like that, he was very, this one, like I'm praising him. He didn't want the praises. Such a good-hearted person he was. And doing my work also, I've been working with Ani, Anandi and all that. I've met him many times. I have seen that he is really good-hearted person, like how all of you have told about him. And I felt, though all of them have told everything, like I felt he was the foundation of my career, in my successful career, I can say, in ISRO. I've been very happy to have worked with him, and now today I realize that how I got such kind of bosses, because all of them have been working under him and that has come through them and it has been passed on to me. I have been very lucky to have all the bosses who have been trained under him, and today I am very happy to be here in this occasion to speak, and I sincere condolences and God give the strength for the family to bear their loss.
I call upon Ganesh Kulan.
Good afternoon to all. In 1976, at the age of 19, I joined ISRO, signed by our professor, your appointment letter. I don't know anything about ISRO because I was in a Gurukula system, Shri Ramakrishna mission. I don't know about the outside world, how the people will be. Nothing I knew. I straight away came and landed in ISRO. I was put to environmental test facilities where my boss is B.N. Baliga. Nearly 12 years I worked under stressful conditions. 1985 I got married. I was workaholic, no doubt, because of Ramakrishna mission. So Baliga was liking my work. And thing is, I got married in 1985. When I will be planning for my vacation, I could not able to do the vacation. Though the ISRO given vacation, Saturday, Sunday, but Friday 4 o'clock, somebody will come and leave the package. This is for testing. So Saturday, Sunday gone. That is how my family life was there. So my wife used to curse. She also was working, waiting for Sunday, but no Sunday is able to spare for the family. So I was under most stressful conditions. Then I was talking, our boss, Chandrasekhar, told, no, I have burning lab, why don't you come and take care of? It is more or less similar kind of your environmental test facility. I was very happy, I was waiting for the opportunity. Then he told you meet Siharan. Immediately he took me to Siharan. I don't know Siharan, and I have not talked to him. The moment I went and talked to him, he was very simple, such a knowledgeable person, such a vast person. Many people are sitting and discussing some hot issues. In that situation, he has taken me. You manage Baliga, I will manage the rest of the things. Don't worry. Then I was put my transfer letter to Baliga. Then he was telling, no, I will not relieve you. I was really astonished what to do. He told, oh, that is why they have used this word. You manage Baliga, I will manage the rest of the things. Then I requested Baliga for about 7 days. Then he told, okay, finally he has signed. Then I took the letter given to days off. He said, okay, come on, now on you are in charge, go. I was astonished. Such a simple man, vast knowledge, humble, treating subordinates so confidently, trusting it. I was literally taken off. That was my change of life in ISRO. Under the very stressful condition, came to lovable working condition, and my entire life is totally changed for better. I enjoyed personal life, I enjoyed official life, and I enjoyed everything. I am well off. This is all because of our days off. Or otherwise I would have been in a very, very stressful condition. Probably I would have got a lot of diseases. I am 69 now. I am hale and healthy. So it's all because of this. I really thank him that he has changed my entire life. Because of that, I am very, very happy. So very, very thankful to Days of. I pray Almighty to give strength and carry on his path in the entire family. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ganesh. I call upon Nukraju. We have a few more speakers to be. If anybody else is left, they can come forward, please.
Thank you. Good afternoon, all of you. Respected day, sir, family members, and my dear colleagues. I am blessed to work with Mr. Day for about 8 years, and he is a mentor, he is like our big brother, and he is our hero, and he is a legend. And though roughly about 3 decades have passed, we are all here because of the positive vibrations and connections that he has made among us in his career. I request God to give strength to his family and his souls of rest and peace. Thank you.
Thank you, Nukraju. We have a few more minutes to close this. Anybody else want to pay their tributes? They can come forward. Otherwise, I think we will go with the next. They didn't want to speak. I check with you.
I missed one thing. Few days back, our Krishna Raju phoned me in the US. He was the person who worked along with Day. He narrated the incident and asked to share this audience. Obviously, he is not able to come here. Actually, you know, Krishna Raju was known as the expert in scanning electron microscopy. Whole of his life, he worked in the electron microscopy and failure analysis. But he was a very shy person who was not able to talk nicely, but he was a subject expert. And then they was invited to give a talk in Hotel Taj, and then they on failure analysis, and then they had agreed. And then he also Krishna Raju to prepare the notes and give all the inputs and everything. And then he told Krishna Raju, why don't you give? Krishna Raju told no, he is very scared, very shy person. He said no, you give. And then they went there, and when it was announced about they will talk, then they told Krishna Raju to go on the talk. At that time he told, I am not talking. So then what to do? Then Krishna Raju, of course, went to the stage. He was not prepared, but they knew because of his subject expert, he should be able to talk freely. He has worked so many decades, and of course, he made a presentation. It went off very nicely, even though he was not feeling good. But at the end time, everybody appreciated and clapped it, and for that, Dev was given an honorary award, and he was given some 500 rupees or other things today. And then at the end of the program, and gave that amount to Krishna Raju. So it is well done. You have done a very nice job, and it belongs to you. It doesn't. So this shows how he used to encourage and give credits to all of the people. He wanted. Krishna Raju told he has not told this to anybody. Share this information. Oh, very nice, very nice. We all got together. Myself, Venkatesh, and then we were in the same. Only one small thing I want to include is, again he came back as a part of ISO 9000 consultant. What is ISO 9000? He told very simple term. Write what you say what you write. Now I will say that there is the only person who is ISO 9000 certified also, in the sense he lived what he said.
Thank you everyone for paying your tributes. If anybody left, last minute wanted to say something. Okay. So I assume that all of you have signed this photo. If anybody has missed it, because we are going to hand over this picture. I request everybody to come so that we.
I know that it is a very intense moment. Mrs. Day, would you like to say something if you are comfortable? No. If you are comfortable, it will be nice to really, because there's a garland. Yeah, we will do the gift handing over. This is our gift to the family to retain it, and we would like to also hear your thoughts about it.
I'm lucky to have him in my life. Very lucky. He was never get angry at all. And good he used to love so much. If anybody calls, he used to be very happy. But at the end he suffered. That was very painful for me to see, even for my children. Last word he told daughter,
take care of mother. He knew that that time was very painful for us. We are.
Pushpita, thank you, madam. Thank you for all your wonderful work that you've done to really be with this great man who has not only been a family person, who has been an excellent mentor, friend, and a savior of so many people. I think he is going to live in the hearts of everybody. That is the biggest satisfaction we all have. And I think this particular program has been an amazing success according to our feeling. We have definitely got all of these hearts here. Everybody has spoken their heart out. And I think if this is a man that we are talking about who has impacted so many lives, imagine, how much these type of people we will definitely have along with his lot of friends who are Day's friends. I do really want to appreciate the wonderful colleagues and the peers of Day. They're all living legends of ISRO. Raghavan sir and Nanjun Swami sir and Chandrasekhar sir and all of these wonderful people, and including those people who have not come. I think we definitely have to keep meeting like this. When people leave, we have to have them to really help us to really see how we can improve further. Thank you very much for making this time in spite of the grief. I think he has definitely done a great job by giving us the strength. Please take that strength and continue further. Pushpita, you want to say a few words? Okay. No, if you're not comfortable, it's not a problem. So guys, now this is going to be another one small event. We will hand over this wonderful, memorable, I would say, gift from the hearts of everybody. And please keep it with you. And this is a memory for forever for the family. And we have the picture, so we will keep it as well. And so what I would like to do is please come. And I would say that
Dr. Sahu, please come, sir.
You people hold this and then hand over to me. Come here. Make it spread out like this so that the bosses can hand over it to family and we'll all be together with them. Yes, with love and affection and a lot of intense feelings, a great mentor to our days. Thank you all for this so done. We really appreciate that. Please take this and thank you very much. Please sit here. Can you please arrange some chairs here for the family and the family seniors can be there.